Hey guys, my name is Evan and welcome to Country View Acres. So today me and Rebecca are getting ready to start burning firewood to heat our house in the wintertime. And we just got done stacking the wood rack full of firewood, and the next thing to do is going to be to clean the chimney. Now normally the past few years what I've done is I've got a really long extension ladder. It's like 32 feet long or something, and we would lean that all the way up there to the top of the fireplace, and then I would clean the chimney, the flue pipe. I would clean that, you know, from the top of the chimney and sweep down into our fireplace. So this year, I know that freaked a lot of people out when I did that. So it's pretty high. It seems like it's pretty high up there, and there's nothing to really tie off to up at the top of a chimney. And I'll post a video. I'll post a link at the end of this video for one of the times we cleaned the chimney. But we're going to try it this time from cleaning on the inside, and we're going to try to clean up the chimney. I bought a thing that you use on your drill that's supposed to spin and go up the chimney and clean it. So we're going to try it that way and try our best not to make a mess, because Rebecca just got done putting up the Christmas decorations and then cleaning the whole house. So I'll be in trouble if I end up making a big mess out of this. So let's go ahead, we'll head inside and see if we can start cleaning the chimney a different way. So for you guys who haven't seen our fireplace, you obviously can tell it's not a true masonry fireplace. This is a wood burning fireplace insert, and it's basically kind of like a wood stove. And it's got a blower motor down here where it pulls air in and then blows it out into the room, and we can heat the entire upstairs of our house with this fireplace. And I mean, it is kind of like a wood stove. It opens up like a wood stove. And the cool thing about this is it actually takes outside air. It has an outside air intake. It'll take outside air and it'll pull it in here, burn the firewood, and then go up the chimney. So you don't need any windows to be open or anything like that to be able to burn this. So to clean the flue pipe that goes up the chimney, first thing we're going to have to do is we got to take out some of the baffles and stuff in here and kind of do a little bit of a disassembly so that we can get access to the flue. And before we do that, I'm going to put some plastic down here on the hearth to try to catch anything, any ash or anything like that that may come out. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking this apart. No, this is not going to be good. So what I ended up buying to clean the chimney is the Soot Eater rotary chimney system. And this seems pretty common. You can find this in your home improvement stores. And what it has is it's got this rotary head. Looks like it's got weed eater strings on here, and this spins and cleans your chimney. And then they attach to these flexible rods that are supposed to be able to bend and go up your flue pipe. And the one I bought ended up having 6 of them, so it's 18 feet that'll go up the chimney. Hopefully that's probably pretty close to the right length that I need. Now one thing I need to do, I think, before I start is, I think these strings on here, I think you actually have to cut those to the flue pipe, to the size of your flue pipe. And we have an 8-inch flue pipe, so I think I got to cut these down. So the first page in the book actually shows a little chart on how to cut these whips down to length. So I'm going to do that real quick. Cuts pretty easy just with a pair of scissors. I cut them off to the length they said. You can tell that's it's a lot smaller. It's about the size of the chimney brush that I would have used before. Well, I said this looked like weed eater string in here, and that's exactly what it is. You can replace this, and when it wears out, you just put new weed eater string inside of it. So it did come with a sheet of plastic so that we can tape it up over the fireplace opening. Well, I'm trying to get everything set up to do this, and we're having trouble getting the tape to stick to the fireplace and hold this plastic in place. So we've got a vacuum cleaner kind of leaned up on this side, and then over here we've got the cleaning system, the rod from the cleaner sticking out the plastic over here. So we're going to go ahead and give it a shot, and hopefully the vacuum will keep all the dust from coming out here into the living room. But this is going to be a little loud. We're going to turn the vacuum on. I'm going to start seeing if I can clean this chimney pipe. So we got the chimney pipe, it's all cleaned up now, and then ended up cleaning the upper chamber in the fireplace here. So I think it's ready to be put back together. So all I had to do to take this all apart was just take out 2 Allen screws and take out 2 of these burner tubes. These tubes, what they do is they allow oxygen back into the top of the fireplace, and then it reburns the gas off of the logs. And that's what makes this a EPA, approved fireplace. Basically, it doesn't have any smoke that comes off of the, or very little smoke that comes off of this fireplace. Well, I think that ended up working out fairly good. It was definitely safer than getting up there on a ladder or standing on top of the chimney and sweeping it out in that direction. Probably actually quicker too, because getting that really big aluminum step ladder out and trying to get it leaned against the house is, actually I think I used 2 ladders to be able to get, because I get on the roof and help position it, I think. So it's a really kind of a, this is probably quicker than it was to do it the other way. So probably found a new way to be able to sweep the chimney every year, and everything looks good. I didn't get the living room dirty. The vacuum cleaner being inside of there really helped keep any of the dust down. And it seemed to do a pretty good job. That was the most soot that we've ever got out of our chimney, and I think the reason why is that it's actually dirtier down here at this end. When it leaves the fireplace, that's where it seems to have most of the buildup when it enters that triple wall flue pipe, and you definitely can clean it better from this end, and that's probably why we ended up getting more soot. So I think that worked out fairly well. So the next thing I need to do is, the only thing I need to have some kindling. I don't have any kindling made up, so I do need to go see if I can make some up really quick, and then I think we're ready to burn some wood. Probably the hardest thing about making kindling when you're doing it by hand is finding pieces of wood that have straight grain and no knots. It'll make it the easiest. So I just got back from letting the livestock out of the barn and checking on them, and when I came back, the fireplace was heated all the way up, and the blower was running. So when it gets warm enough, if it automatically kicks the blower on, it's circulating the air now in the house, and you can already feel the heat from the fireplace. So we typically burn our fireplace only once a day. On average, that's our average routine. We probably burn it for about 8 hours a day and then don't light it again until the next day. So that means we go through a lot of kindling. So the kindling that I made up down here is not going to last very long. I need to go back. I need to make up quite a bit of kindling to last us. Now, if it gets real cold, we'll keep the fireplace burning constantly, and then we won't be going through that much kindling. But that's just kind of the norm around here, is a once a day fire. So since we don't have the coldest winters and we only burn the fireplace, average once a day, we only go through about 2 cords of wood a year. At least that's the way it's been the last few years. Maybe if we get a cold year, we might go through a lot more. But I personally enjoy the whole firewood thing. I like everything about it. I like the cutting down the trees. I like cutting them up and splitting them into firewood. To me, that's not a chore. To me, that's something that's relaxing. It's something I enjoy doing. And then finally, it's come to the time of year where all the wood that I cut up last year, I finally get to burn it this year and heat the house with it. So I really do enjoy the whole wood heat thing. And I like in the wintertime coming in, when you've been working out in the cold and you got a nice warm place to be able to, kind of warm up next to. So heating with this fireplace is probably a little bit different than heating with a wood stove. A lot of wood stoves, you can put different temperature indicators and stuff like that on them so that you can kind of tell how warm they're running. And we don't have no access to the flue pipe to see what the temperature of the flue pipe is or anything like that. So what we do is we got an infrared, temperature gun, and we will use that to kind of test the temperature of the fireplace. So what we could do is we would typically, I might just kind of see what the metal frame is, and then you can check what the temperature of the glass is, and then you can actually see in here, and you can see the flue pipe back down in this cavity, and you can shoot the flue pipe with the gun, and the flue pipe's only like 303 degrees right now, so it's not overly hot. The hottest place that the gun hit was the glass. The glass was like 500 and some degrees. But that's how we run the fireplaces, since we don't have any good way of indicating how hot we're burning. We use this temperature gun quite a bit just to kind of monitor the fireplace, make sure we're not making it too hot. Well, I think that wraps up this video. So we got everything prepared and we got our first fire lit, and now we're heating with wood. So hopefully I'll be able to actually get outside into the woods here soon and start cutting up our firewood for next year. I had a couple dead oaks last year, some really big ones that died, and I never got them cut down last year, and they're still standing. And I need to get those cut down and turned into firewood. In fact, I really was hoping maybe I could have turned them into some logs that I could have took to the sawmill. But now that they've been sitting there a year, I'm not sure what condition they'll be in until I cut them down. But yeah, I've got plenty of trees out there that I can turn into firewood for sure. And I just never really got to it last year. But as soon as I get this pasture fencing done out here, hopefully I can move into doing my firewood stuff over the winter time. And then I do plan on fixing the firewood shed. That roof that has been broken, that broke shortly after we bought the property. We had that tree fall on it. Hopefully I can fix that end of the firewood shed, and then I actually want to divide the shed into, I think it's going to be like 4 or 5 bays, and probably put some boards in between the bays so I can really stack the wood up high and try to get it a little bit higher. I could almost double the amount of wood I could store in there. So that's hopefully something else I'll be working on this winter, is fixing the firewood shed and then actually making it a little bit better. But I think that's it for today's video, guys. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.